If I were Israel, I wouldn't even provide matching socks to Gaza.
The world continues to blame Israel for this.
These words aren't from journalists or aid seekers on the ground. They're US and Israeli social media influencers, the people Israel chose to bring into Gaza in an attempt to shape what the world sees. This week, Israel's Ministry of Diaspora Affairs sponsored a trip for 10 American and Israeli influencers to enter Gaza, a rare exception to Israel's total ban on international journalists. The influencers were taken to Gaza humanitarian distribution points, where more than 1,400 Palestinians have been killed since May while simply trying to reach food. Israel said the purpose of the tour was to refute Hamas lies about famine and to counter what it calls the so-called hunger campaign. During the visit, US influencer and self-proclaimed Black Zionist Xavier DeRusso unashamedly told his followers,
If I were Israel, I wouldn't even provide matching socks to Gaza.
As the population gradually starved to death. He says Hamas was to blame for not allowing civilians in Gaza to get aid, adding,
I'm here in Gaza and all I see is food, water, and opportunity. But instead of Hamas distributing the ramen noodles, they're eating it all, and that's why their leaders are on Ozempic.
At the same time, food, water, and medicine has been filmed rotting at Israeli-controlled crossings. And Brooke Goldstein, a US attorney who famously said,
"There's no such thing as a Palestinian person."
She told her followers on social media this upon being shown around an aid distribution point.
1,000 Gazans right now being fed here in a peaceful and calm manner. It's not the chaos that the media reports it to be.
The sites she was shown, the GHF food distribution centres, are the exact same sites described by aid groups as death traps, where crowds of starving people are pushed into military-controlled zones where Israeli forces open fire. Even GHF workers themselves have spoken out.
The Israeli Defense Forces utilize live ammunition and shooting to control the crowds. This is not something that I have fantasized or that I'm making up or embellishing. They were shooting at them or near them.
It took me 2 or 3 days to realise that they were actually shooting at people. They weren't shooting at combatants.
Other participants included 16-year-old Druze Israeli Marwan Jabbar, Jewish-American influencer Jeremy Abramson, and Israeli content creators Shiraz Shukron and David Mayofis. This influencer tour happened in the very week the UN declared famine in Gaza. At least 271 Palestinians, many of them children, have already died from starvation and malnutrition. Meanwhile, UNRWA, the main UN agency for Palestinian refugees, is banned from Gaza. So, while influencers film TikTok videos about food distribution in a desperate attempt by the Israeli government to debunk facts laid out by the UN and other international organizations, Gaza's hospitals continue to record deaths from starvation, with journalists on the ground knowingly targeted and international ones barred from entry and selective influencers ushered in. The question is unavoidable. Who gets to decide what the world knows about Gaza?